What's going on, everyone? Today I want to talk to you about a really cool monitor that I bought. It's kind of like the small HD Focus, but cheaper. It's called the Andycine 4K. Let me sit down. It's got the arm on it, kind of like the... It puts on a tripod. Alright, cool. So, it's called the Andycine 4K. It's got the arm, kind of like the small HD Focus. Really nice arm. It isn't the greatest with this locking mechanism, but I've made it work. When it's on my camera, I just kind of turn the handle here, or the little tightening knob or whatever it is, instead of actually turning the screen. I find if I turn the screen itself, it comes loose, but if I turn this, it's kind of stays where it is. So that works pretty good. The battery life is really good. Now, I have an A6500 and this powers my camera. So I would go through, say, a battery an hour with turning off the camera, turning it on every time I want to shoot with those stupid little these things. I have allergies, so I might be sniffling a lot. This battery right here lasted me, I would say, probably 3 hours, maybe 4 hours actually. I used 2 today and I shot all day. I probably shot for just about 8 hours and I used 2 batteries, so about 4 hours each. Now the screen on this is pretty bright. It's not like the small HD Focus. I don't know how many nits it is, but definitely pretty good. Is this light? This might actually be lighting my face, giving me some light here. Does it look good? If I turn the camera on and off, I leave the screen on and it'll power my camera for just about 3.5 to 4 hours, which is pretty amazing. It's 5.6 inches. It's got some really great features. The one I like the most is I have set to f4 here, so it's got 4 custom buttons you can see here. I have mine set to f4, which is my focus punch. So when I'm hitting f4, I think it goes, I can hit it 4 times and it goes in pretty far, and then I can focus in on exactly what I'm trying to shoot, and that's super helpful. It's got a lot of other stuff like focus peaking and false color and histogram. Really awesome monitor. The one thing that's kind of weird about it is this light here stays on. I'll need to take the battery off for the light to go off. I just wouldn't travel with it with the battery on. If you're gonna walk around with your camera, it's fine, I guess. I don't think it's really gonna do much, but it probably is gonna trickle your battery down. So if you're flying, I'd just take it off. It does have a sunscreen. This piece here will actually snap off of my monitor. But what this does is this holds the actual sun hood. So let me show you guys that sun hood right now. Give me 1 second, hold on. Alright, so I brought over a couple things. I brought over the sun hood. So this sun hood actually is really nice because I leave this piece on, which I told you before, it just snaps right on. And then this I can actually fold up and I just kind of stuff it in the case that I put this in. So what you do here is you just Velcro it. It just Velcros right on. So if I just put it on kind of sloppy, but if I were outside, that's gonna block a lot of sun. I can't believe how much more I like shooting B-roll with this because I can actually see my shot. Now, this is my run and gun. I put this on my camera as my run and gun setup. I have my A6500 on already here, so I'm gonna grab my A6300 and kind of show you what my setup usually looks like. So my setup on my camera looks something like this. Now I don't have the sun hood on normally. So my setup will normally look something like this. The screen is so light, so it really doesn't add much weight. Honestly, this whole setup with the arm and the battery, it's not a lot of weight. And on Amazon, it's $180, I think. $180 or $190 for this. That's a great price. So this is basically the setup, except I have it on my A6500. And then I have this dummy battery, goes right in, plugs into the side of my camera. And then this HDMI to mini HDMI plugs right in, plugs into the side of my camera, and I go. I just have them kind of tangled together, so it just all kind of, I don't have stuff floating all over the place. It's just all kind of in one spot. From my experience using this, for $180, I don't think I would ever go back to just shooting the LCD on my Sonys anymore. I don't think I ever could. Shooting B-roll with this is really incredible. Interviews, if I take it off and I put it on sideways, today I did an interview and I was actually the person asking the questions, because sometimes I'm just a one-man team. And I sat this camera right next to me and I was able to just glance over at the screen, make sure everything's good. And the only bad thing about this monitor, I think, is that you can't tell when you're recording. You can't tell when you're recording, so you have to kind of glance at your screen and see the record sign on your screen, and it turns black in 4K. In HD, they're both on when you're recording. But in 4K, it turns black, so you just have to look at this. Now, I usually check my exposure on the LCD screen on the camera just to make sure. S-log I usually do about plus 1.7, plus 2. And I usually just kind of glance at that and make sure I'm looking alright. If you're looking for an external monitor and you don't want to buy the small HD focus, this monitor is perfect. It's not heavy when I'm going to shoot run and gun B-roll. I actually just put the strap on, put it right around my neck, and I just, when I'm not using it, I just let it sit, and it's not heavy. It's really not too heavy. It's not bad at all. I ordered a speed booster for this camera, so that's why I'm not actually able to show you guys my setup, but maybe I'll throw a picture in there of my setup that I have, and just so you guys can see it. Yeah, so if you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video if you ever end up watching it. Peace out. Peace out!